Hi guys, my name is Sabi, and I would like to share a few information about why the ISS videos, what we do, and when we replay them in a time-lapse animation, look a bit blurry, shaky. It just feels like it's a little bit low resolution, and somebody just wrote me on Instagram that how come that we can capture HD videos of our lives and what surrounds us, and despite the camera technology we still taking these kind of photographs. Well, the explanation is relatively simple. uh, the comparison between my food on my plate or my dog or the kids running around or things like that, is captured from a few meters, probably a few tens of meters. But the International Space Station is orbiting the Earth at an altitude of 400 and plus a few kilometers just above the surface of Earth. And basically, we have to look through our atmosphere. And I live in London, and in London, seeing is usually not as great as one would hope. So the weather is completely determining how we can see the ISS. So in my method, you will see in this video that this is the raw footage. When I'm tracking ISS at 3 meters of, so 300 millimeter, 3000 millimeter focal length, then basically as ISS crosses the sky, um, I try to follow its motion manually, moving the telescope. And in my screen, what you're gonna see is, so if this is my screen, ISS just comes in for seconds, and basically the high frame rate capture, the point of it is to take a lot of frames, and I have more likely the chance that when my tracking matches the speed of the ISS, then I can capture quite a few sharper frames. Um, so the quality of my time-lapse video is basically up to how many sharper frames I capture, how good my tracking is, how accurate we can put it this way, and eventually how many sharp frames I end up. So there is nothing wrong with today's technology. I'm using a totally conventional telescope with a totally conventional planetary camera and a totally conventional good focal extender optics from Teleview. So you know it's amateur astronomy photography. Let's not forget for a second. So the fact that I can take photos with a relatively cheap equipment, I think it's fantastic. An equipment that anybody can buy, and anybody can try the same thing. It's not rocket science. I'm bombarded relatively frequently from flat earth people that they say it's fake or hologram or whatever explanation they come up with. But the point of this whole thing is that anybody can replicate, anybody can test and try what I'm showing. Yes, it's not easy because it's a try and error um, method. So every telescope and every setup is different. So it's not just like I put the camera on and off we go. It's a little bit more difficult than that, mostly because of the long focal length we are using at this photography. So in this animation, you will see it's 14 frames, and these 14 frames are stringed into an animation, and you will see ISS um, in a relatively good, sharp video, basically. And I could manage to mark SpaceX's Crew Dragon, which was a huge success, and I'm really glad that I I captured it eventually, and you will see. So this is the ISS, and basically the Crew Dragon just docked here to the international docking port on the Harmony module. This is the Harmony module, so it's docked here, and then you will see the Progress MS-10 cargo spacecraft, which is docked here instead of this. I think it's an ATV, but now it's replaced by the Progress MS-10, and also Canadarm is somewhere. It's somewhere here. You will see on my footage. So when it comes to the point that you can see these kind of, you know, details, I think that's just fantastic. You can only imagine how much I'm looking forward to see BFR docked to the space station, or just flying, because luckily you will see on this photo that I take photos of individual spacecrafts, so flying alone to or from the International Space Station, which is, again, you know, with the conventional equipment, you can take photos of objects that, you know, flying between 300 and 450, 500 kilometers of a distance from my location, and they are like a few meters, like 8-7 meters long and a few meters wide. I mean, come on, that's just fantastic. So I hope I clarified a bit the why, and yeah, please visit my website. You will see it on the screen. It's called Space Station Guys, and I love what I do. And if you think that it's a great thing and you would like to support me, you can find a way on my website as well, because I do believe that we need to be more educated about the International Space Station and how cool this whole thing is, that we are capable of imaging what's happening up there. I watched the launch of the Crew Dragon, the docking, the hatch opening, the you know, the undocking and the return, and it's just fills me with joy and excitement that we're gonna see again America sort of going to space, and most importantly, we have now such hardware flying that is just paving the way towards BFR basically, and I'm looking forward to see these progress. Please hit the subscribe button if you like what you see, and thank you very much for watching the video. Take care, guys.